Hello, hello, hello. We are back to talk about another episode of Claim to Fame. I am back with a new computer. Best Buy is on my shit list, but I am here with you ready to go. This week's episode was pretty wild. So let's not waste any more time and get right on in.
Yeah, I can't wait because I'm so mad. Like I'm not I'm not just like a little mad, I'm like crazy mad.
I can't wait.
Okay. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, well, first I should say, obviously we are Strat Chat. I am Gina Morgino. I am joined by my lovely co-hosts, Kyle Petty and John Dumpy. And we are here today to talk about Claim to Fame. And I am sure Kyle has a lot of opinions.
I'm so excited.
Right off the bat, any initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts are only, we will certainly get into it more, but fuck Adam and justice for Naomi. That's where we are.
I agree. Fuck Adam. I agree with that part. Naomi, I think, kind of dug her own grave, but we'll get there.
She did. She misstepped.
Yes.
But that's not how I roll. When I pledge allegiance to someone, I mean it.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in. We don't waver. So she did make an error. I get it, but it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it.
No,
That's fair.
absolutely.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
I might have done the same, but I'm still displeased as a viewer.
I understand.
Yeah. And we'll certainly get there for sure.
Oh, yes. Well, let's see. Where did we start off? I think the first thing that we opened with was talking about Diedrich's clue and what it could mean and like looking at the clue wall with everybody, which Kyle, yes, perfect. I was going to say, I think that's one of the ones you have. It did take me a minute to get to this one because I didn't understand what was in between the N and the L. So I couldn't figure out what the end of it said. But even just from the beginning of it, I think it's pretty safe to say we're looking at Michael Jackson.
Yes. Yeah. John knows.
I know now. It took me time to get there, but...
Oh, this is what John said. This is what John said last week, as if he's not sitting right here. But what John said last week was N plus a lever.
Yes.
But minus L is ever. And then the plane here is allegedly landing. Now she could be taking off. I still do not see why we're so convinced this is a landing plane.
Well, because if you combine both of those, it's Neverland, like the Neverland Ranch.
No, I understand that. But if we didn't get to Never, I wouldn't have got that last one. Doesn't help me get there. That's a better way to put this.
No, but before I figured out that lever was the word that I was looking for there, I had absolutely no idea what that meant.
Especially because what did you think this was before you understood it was lever?
Oh, I just didn't know. I was looking at it I don't know what that symbol means. I have
joystick, arcade.
Yeah, I was I don't know what this controller. I don't know what's going on. But I kept thinking of words that didn't have L's in it, so I was I know it's not that.
I'm like Chuck E. Cheese, no L. Dave and Buster's. I'm I don't understand what's happening.
I think I was joystick doesn't have an L. Everything that I was thinking of.
And see. Hey, chess Matt, piece, welcome back to the chat. Looks like a chess piece, not a lever. Right. Chess minus L doesn't help us.
Yeah, it definitely took me a while to code this one.
Yeah.
There is actually, listen, I do, when I saw it, I just automatically took it as the plane is landing. But there is no, that's not why. I think that's just where my brain went. But there's there's a big part of me right now that wishes that there were people in that house going Scarecrow who walks backwards in Never Takes Off.
Never takes off.
Right. And it's I don't know what any of this is. Just crumple, put in the shredder, throw in the garbage. I don't know. This doesn't mean anything to me. But I would have gotten the scarecrow thing, obviously, from the Wiz.
Yeah.
We would have gotten the moonwalk thing.
Yeah, I was totally sold on the first half of the clue. I was just like, I don't know what I'm looking at around, but
I still don't know about the symbol after the rewind symbol.
In.
Oh, in Neverland?
Yeah.
Right.
See, all right, let me ask you this too. Isn't that also the symbol that we sometimes see online for exit? Like exit the application, exit whatever.
I can see that, yeah.
That's what I associate that with. So like that doesn't like help me either. Like so we're
The only
moonwalking and
I'm sold that it's
exiting.
in is because I remember from Naomi's clue that it was like in Breakfast Club or like whatever it was. So like I like just am used to them using that as in. Just like the
Right.
owl, I'm just used to seeing that as who from other clues.
Right. Yeah. I I also feel like I can't wait to talk about Mackenzie's clue also.
Mm-hmm. That's I don't understand the ending of it.
You want to look at it?
Sure.
Sorry, Matt said something in the comments I didn't want to put on the screen, but I wanted to text him. So love you, Matt. But here's Mackenzie's clue. This doesn't mean a damn thing to me.
Honestly, I get the beginning, like the 6'6", I understand. Like
I am not good at this game. That didn't mean anything to me either.
No, I got 6'6". I got country music or country musician who.
I didn't get
I
country
don't know
from
anything.
that either. What is? Why is that? That's definitely a cowboy hat. Could it also be like? Yeah. I don't know. It also could be like maybe something like jazz. Like, this is giving me Smokey Joe's, which I guess has some jazz influence. But I don't know. It's kind of just giving me like show hat.
Right, yeah, no, that's fair. My brain went right to country. Maybe it's not country, but
so the 6'6" thing was pretty easy, right? Country music got pretty quickly. Who? For the next part, it's a person holding their arms up. Okay,
yeah.
I think it's one. So 6'6" country music, who won? And then the next three symbols are, it looks like an ape, a house that says for. I'm assuming that's supposed to be for rent. And then the last thing is ice. And if you put those together, ape, rent, ice, 6'6" country musician who won Apprentice.
Oh, never in a million years.
Wait, stop. Wait. I'm also looking. Hold on. I'm also looking at the fact that Liz thinks the monkey is a bell. What?
I see how you could get there. I immediately saw a monkey though.
Oh wait. Yeah, I see a bell now. Oh my gosh, it's almost like magic eyes.
Yeah, right. You gotta like unfocus in the right way.
yes. But wait,
Apprentice. How did you get
walk
there?
me through this again. A monkey. Why? Is it because Donald Trump is the monkey, and that's why it's
no. It just spells out the word ape, house for rent. So ape, rent, and then ice. Apprentice.
Oh. So why is this house for rent? Why do you think it's for rent?
I think just putting the clues together, it's got to be rent.
What does that mean?
Well, it says for on it. I wouldn't have gone to rent though.
No, and it says for, and the thing is, all right, on the paper, it says for, and there's a circle. On the graphics that we are given as viewers, it does not have that, which I think is a little bit deceiving. I don't know whose is better. But what about a house with for and a ring tells you for rent?
Well, I'm assuming that by the circle, they want you to guess from this clue that they're giving you, it's got to be either for rent or for sale. And ape sale ice doesn't make any sense. So, so apprentice, rent ice.
I looked at this clue for so freaking long and was like, I'll just never know what the end of it means.
So a 6-foot-tall country singer who won The Apprentice.
That's what I get from it.
And who would that be?
Who won The Apprentice? I don't remember.
I didn't watch any of The Apprentice. So
she
who would
also,
this be?
Do you know? Or
said, I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
I also remember that Mackenzie mentioned that a goatee, though, was also her clue. So if we can figure out a goateed 6'6" country musician who played and won The Apprentice, then.
So Matt, what we're saying, I guess we're saying that the thing in between the owl and the monkey is a champion. He has his hands up, which usually means jubilation, celebration, and he does have a trophy, which means he would have a reason to well, jubilate.
Jubilate.
A reason to be jubal.
All right. So based on I will say I just looked up country singer who won The Apprentice.
Who is it? Brett Stevens.
No, this person was on the All-Star Celebrity Apprentice, and it says that it was Trace Adkins.
Trace Adkins. Does he have a goatee?
In what I am seeing, it looks like he does.
Uh-oh.
That is a name I'm familiar with. Couldn't tell you anything about him.
Nope.
I've heard the name, and that's all I got for you.
I could walk right past you in the Lidl, and I wouldn't even know. All right, well. Nope.
Yeah, never seen that man a day in my life, but sure.
But the eyes looks like he could be related to Mackenzie.
Because it's her father, which I can definitely see that being her father.
All right. Well, good luck, Mackenzie.
Which it's so great. Literally, up until this episode, goatee was the only thing we knew about her. I was like, can we get some more clues for these people, please? I don't know anything about half of these people.
Right. I can't wait. Like I almost want. This is one of those shows that like you actually do want to be binged, or like at least give me 2 a week or something. Like I'm dying for more. I'm dying for it. Yeah.
It was nice to be able to watch the last 2 episodes right in a row, which I'm so mad. I missed the Miguel reveal. I'm so mad that's the stream I wasn't here for. I'm livid.
Yeah, well, I wasn't too thrilled you missed it either.
Listen, blame Best Buy, don't blame me.
But I will say that I was very surprised by the Miguel reveal. Thank goodness he went out the way that he did.
There's nothing that ever would have led me to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Absolutely
ever.
Not. Yeah.
No.
I feel like that rest of the house is so lucky that that he went out that way. There's no way.
No one was anywhere close.
No.
Antonio Banderas.
Well, I also thought it was funny because he had the whole thing of like, I'm changing my name to sound more like Latino, but his name is already kind of Latino, isn't it? What was his real name?
Raphael, I think, is his real name. He went with Miguel. I think he said Miguel is his middle name. I think.
That sounds right.
I don't know.
Well, sorry, Miguel. Bye.
Sorry, girl.
What else? There was that weird conversation between Danny and Adam, which what conversation with Adam wasn't weird in this episode? But B, this was the one where like he was trying to get Danny to show him the clue instead of just tell him what the clue said. And then they got like this big argument because he was like, I'm not giving you everything I have. I'm just telling you something to try to like work with you. And he was like, no, you have to show me specifically the clue. Go get it. Go show it to me. And like a big theme of this episode, I feel like, which maybe Naomi was the first one to say it. He's very like entitled to people just telling him things and giving him information for somebody who contributes nothing to anything else.
Right. I don't understand. And this is where my justice for Naomi thing kind of comes from. And it's like, yes, you did enter into this kind of like pseudo alliance, Naomi, Adam, and HUD. But it's like that was all done under the pretense of we were all going to be mutually sharing information. And the only person sharing information was Naomi. So it's like, what? Why is she going to continue to do so? And his behavior in that challenge was absolutely repugnant. I was so disgusted. I was like, I am so done with this man. I'm like, I want him to go so bad. The way he kept leaning back. It's like, oh, so what you got? What you got? And she's like, back off. Oh my gosh. I would have lost my shit if I was in this challenge. I was so angry.
I was so glad when we got to actually see her be like, yeah, I had this alliance with Adam. It's over. Like, I'm so glad. And the fact that she stood on it, like she said it and she didn't let him.
She said what she said and that was it.
Yeah. She didn't let him try to intimidate her or anything like that. Like she meant it.
No wavering, no nothing.
Well, his behavior is terrible for a lot of reasons because it's like, one, again, you're expecting everybody to give you information while you provide nothing to anybody else.
Right.
But also in that like competition, it became really, really clear that he doesn't even have wrong reads. He just has no
reads.
So it's like you haven't even attempted to learn anything because you expect people to give you information so much.
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
all
that's
those
crazy.
little clips of Naomi trying to talk game and him just being like, no help at all, not giving any other information, literally just like not knowing who people were. And Naomi would be like, oh, I think it might be this person, and he's like, that doesn't mean anything to me.
It's like, are you trying at all?
No, it doesn't mean anything. But it doesn't. He sucks.
He's putting in literally no effort.
He does.
You put in no effort, and you have the nerve to be so angry.
Yeah, he's angry. He came off as such a douchebag, like this entitled asshole that's always gotten everything handed to him. And there was a very big part of me that wanted to see him go so badly, but
so bad. So bad.
God. Adam.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that we like really learned in this lie detector test, because I feel like a lot of it was just like, do they think it's a lie or not? And a lot of people were just asking questions that like aren't really helpful.
This was not a good one for Naomi, though. I mean, like, people were suspicious, but like this was
apparently Gracie showed literally everybody her clue as she was leaving. So she didn't really do her any favors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I feel like the only new thing is that I learned, apparently the scarecrow on the clue wall is HUD's clue, which like to me that was so clearly related to Michael Jackson. I have no idea how that relates to HUD, especially with like who we are to be believing his person is.
Who do we think it is again? Have we said?
I don't know anything about HUD.
Whoever it was that pulled his clue, because it was the one that's like the
Naomi
artist who something was it? Oh, it was Naomi.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb artist who something. So she's thinking Cherry Bomb, which leads her to, I think it's Sherry Curry is the person.
Right. And now I just remembering now, because I think we talked about this with like the reality guys or something.
Cherry Bomb.
Yes.
I just remember doing that.
Yeah. And I feel like I had a guess because there is another artist, John Cougar Mellencamp, that does Cherry Bomb. So I was thinking
that's right.
HUD, but I don't know.
I don't know, because is there anything else we know about HUD? No. He's just mom singer, Grammy winner, and we don't know which of those is the lie.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I have no idea how Scarecrow factors into any of that. What else? We also saw that apparently whoever Shane's relative is connected to Michael Jackson in some way. We did get confirmation that Danny's lie is wrestler.
That's right.
We do know that.
Oh, I will just say, I just looked up, because John Cougar Mellencamp has a whole album called Scarecrow.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. I think something else that did come from this challenge was Diedrich thinking that he's just so much smarter than everybody else. Because there was that moment where they were like, so is your claim to fame, were they in the Wiz?
Oh my God, yes.
And he goes, what is that? And then the interrogator goes, it's a yes or no question. He's like, well, yes. And it's like, no!
What an idiot!
Said no!
Right, if you don't know what it is, be like, probably not. If I don't know what it is, my person couldn't have been in it.
or maybe even just be like, maybe? I would have like, I don't know what it is. But you can't say I don't know what the movie is and then confirm they're in it.
Also, like, it was so crazy of him to pretend not to know what the Wiz was in the interrogation when at the top of the episode he's having a conversation at the clue wall about other actors who were in the Wiz.
Oh right, yeah,
that's right.
That's
right.
What are you talking about?
I forgot about that part. Yeah,
that's insane.
Wrong for so many reasons. Like, what are you doing?
And I loved, like. Even the way that he was talking about it too, because I feel like we saw him talking about the Wiz for it seemed like a decent amount of time, and it seemed like the only characters he was bringing up though were the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion.
Right.
It's like, why aren't you mentioning the
way
Scarecrow?
To intentionally leave out like probably one of the most famous characters.
Unless, of course, he actually isn't related to Michael Jackson, and this is all deflection.
But what else would that clue mean if not Michael Jackson?
Right.
It's so blatantly Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I just want to see what people thought. I don't know.
Like, I do think it's fun that they are all like, all right, Randy Jackson or like one of the other like, I do think it's fun that like the Jackson piece could be throwing them into so many other directions, especially if they haven't seen the clue. But I feel once you see the clue, I feel like it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had on that.
Well, when all was said and done, we had what, Adam and Hud in the final two, and Shane was the winner. Which, how did they win? Just had to get the right amount of like what was true and what was a lie.
Right amount. You had to get the most amount.
Correct answers. Yeah. And Shane did well. I was actually pretty impressed with Shane in this episode. I thought he was playing pretty well.
I feel like this competition is such a crapshoot. Like, I feel like there's no real strategy to like figuring this out. It's just like, I don't know. Do I think that they're a good enough liar to not have their heart rate spike? Maybe.
Right. But even just outside of this like competition at this little mission itself, I thought Shane, he seems like smart, like he picks up on things. Oh, yeah. So, what does he call himself? Crispy or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that has some reference to do with this chicken wing that's still around his neck.
He's another one we have so little information on. Like, all I have here for him is that his 2 truths and a lie, which we don't know which one is the lie, is that it's his cousin, an actor, and an Oscar winner. He said something about being trained in theater, but I don't know if that was him or his relative. And then somehow there is a Michael Jackson connection. But, like, that's literally all we have on him.
Oh, yeah. What did he say again?
Not related to Forrest Whitaker.
So, right. Michael, did he say something about Michael Jackson being one of his relatives, like godfathers or something? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so interesting.
But, like, the show is not giving us a lot to go on with him. Like, we're just not getting any clues, any insight, any, like, the DRs or whatever, where they, like, give little bits of information. We're getting nothing.
Has anybody in the house? I don't even remember. Have people in the house like named any guesses for him? Like, has
just
there been
Forrest Whitaker, I think.
Just Forrest Whitaker, right? And I feel like we haven't heard that one in a while either.
Well, because someone guessed it and got eliminated.
Oh, that's right. See, this show is like
it's a lot happening. It's a lot,
especially when Big Brother's going on too.
Right.
A lot of names, a lot of faces, a lot of conjecture.
It's not a bad guess. I mean,
Danny's another one that there's no information that we're being given. Like, all we know about Danny is that it's his uncle and that it's a Grammy winner because the wrestler is not true. That's it. And that they all think it's Jelly Roll. But it's not based in anything.
Well, it's based on something. It's being
it's based on something stupid. Like, it's not really based on anything.
He does. He has like Danny. Like, he has a big personality though. Like,
I feel Danny's my favorite.
Yeah, I like him too. Danny. I just like, and there's something almost familiar about him, but maybe it's just because he has a big personality and I like him, whatever. Like,
yeah, I feel like he's one of those people that like it feels like if I ever saw him on the street, he would just become my best friend immediately. Like, he could like talk to a brick wall and become their best friend. So I feel like there's a weird like familiarity because of that. But I don't know if there's like actually anything.
Like, there's a part of me. Like, there's two. I'm being torn in two like ways here, where I feel like we're gonna get the reveal for his relative, and we're gonna be like, "Oh my god, of course!"
I'm gonna be pissed, yeah.
or it's gonna be like, or just like complete, like, how is that even possible?
Right.
Yeah. I also really liked him in that little showdown that he had with Adam. Like, this is the kind of like standoffish attitude that we want to see in Big Brother. We want to see in the other shows that we watch, and we never really get it. We always get somebody kind of like pussyfooting around, as my father used to say. And it's like, just say no. He's like, listen, bro, play the game. I already gave you.
Figure it out yourself. I gave you a lot.
I'm not doing it anymore. And he's just like, no, come on, man. You say you go. It's like, no, I never said that. Go sit down. And it's like, I loved that whole interaction.
Yeah.
I was like, I am so
Adam's an idiot. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Go away.
You work yourself.
Hey, go away.
And it's like, it's funny because like, as far as reality TV goes, it's like, these are the types of like competitors that we won't really see again. But like, I would love to see Danny on the Traitors, something like that. You know, like like that would be fun.
I'm not listening to this. Get the hell out of my face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that would
love
be
Danny.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to find out more about him and about his person. I just need them to give me more something
I want to
in the
see a
edit.
clue. I want to see more
Yeah.
clues. I feel like last season, like a lot of the challenges led you to more clues, where these challenges don't seem to. Yes,
Well, it's like they
this
do
lie
because
one is.
like I have this like very long notes app file that I have here. Like there
Mhm.
are a lot of clues. They haven't told us who the clues belong to.
Right, but I feel like at least the clues, maybe at least last season, I just felt like they were a little bit more obvious. Like it was just like a little bit easier. I don't feel like I was this in the dark episode 4.
Yeah.
Like I had a better idea of what the hell was going on by then. Like I am still like completely flabbergasted.
Because even like there was that one where they had to like there was like the spelling bee competition or whatever, and I still have all the words here, but we only know who 2 of them belong to, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to just like give me something? Whose word is
Right.
that?
Help me a little bit. Like I like playing along, but I like as a viewer to be a little omnipotent. Like I like to know
Look, I
things.
don't want you
But,
to give me the answer, but I want you to lead me there a little bit
right. Let
more.
me feel like I'm a super sleuth, but
Right.
deep down I know I'm not. But we're not gonna get that granular. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I feel like when you think about it too, when we watch other shows, right, like Big Brother, like we get to see little snippets of conversations that people are having. Like I feel like it's good for the viewer to know just a tiny bit more than like most of the contestants, you know, like
Yeah, just a shade more.
right, like
and like they are giving us crumbs when people go. They're like sitting in a little chair and they're like, "Uh-oh, that was my clue on the wall." And it's like, okay, but give me more of those though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do we say? Shane was the winner. He pulled Mackenzie's clue. We already looked at that. Oh, we have to get into the whole Adam Hud Naomi of it all.
Yes, let's do it. Kyle.
Yeah, I feel like Kyle's got to take us into this one.
But it's just so tricky because, like, I knew, okay, like, yes, they have this alliance. They also supposed to be sharing information. And it was supposed to be that, like, oh, we'll grab each other's clues because then at least we know who has it. And it's like, but the problem is that Naomi was the only one who was actually doing anything in this alliance. So it didn't actually serve her clearly in the end.
Yeah.
And I think that her big misstep was the conversation between her, Adam, and Hud when she was sitting down and saying, like, oh, listen, why would I get rid of this when I have his clue? I know things about him. Why would I be voting for him to be the guesser when I've got stuff? And it's like, she shouldn't have been that honest. She should have just said, I have information. I don't want to get rid of my clue, and just leave it there. Even going that far is a little tricky, but I don't know. Like, I feel like her biggest misstep is talking like that in front of Hud.
Exactly. That's if Hud's in the room, you can easily, everybody's fed up with Adam. You can easily frame this with like, Adam, I'm sorry, you've been rubbing everybody the wrong way. We're voting you as the guest.
Well, you're rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah,
I don't have to bring anybody else into this.
Yeah, that's true.
You're rubbing me the wrong way.
Right.
I don't want to share any more information with you. I've already given you everything that I know. I feel like this has not been equitable. You have not been giving me information too. So I'm out. Right. Like, and that's just the end of it. You didn't have to go that far. And of course, somebody like Hud, we would be criticizing him if he didn't act in this manner.
Right.
Like,
because
you know what? Now you're a risk.
Yeah, it's not even like it was once, too. It was multiple times where Naomi was standing right next to Hud being like, I have his clue. He's a sure thing. Why would I get rid of him? And it's like, if you hear that and you're in this game trying to win, and you're hearing this over and over again, it's like, okay, well, you have my clue. I might not ever get yours. So I'm just going to let you lead me along in this game until you're ready to chop my head off. Like, no, or
until somebody puts you in a bad position and you throw me under the bus because I'm the only one that you're really, really sure of.
Right. It's like, no, how about I just get rid of you right now instead then?
Right.
Especially if she didn't share his clue with anybody else.
That's what I was going to say. Like, because I think she specifically told him in a previous episode, like, I'm just going to keep it between us. I'm not sharing it with anybody. I'm not telling anybody what I saw. Like, if you know, she's not telling anybody because it's her clue and it's a sure thing and it's the one smoking gun she has, and now you get rid of her, that clue is gone now.
Now, do you think that it's because of that fact, right? Because now that clue is just gone, right? Do you think that there should be some kind of, like, if you win this mission, anybody who left with a clue of somebody that's still in the game, like, if you win this mission, you have the opportunity to choose one person to bring their clue back into the game and it's yours or something. But then you don't get to go to the wine cellar, something like that. Like
I think it should just be allowed to, like, if it hasn't been shared with anybody, be put back into the wine cellar. Like, I don't know why it's like this thing of like, if you pick the clue, now it's gone forever. Like, I think all of them should just stay in the wine cellar, and if they've been shared and you know what it is, you don't have to pick that person. But like
I don't know what I would even prefer, to be honest, but like I do think it could be interesting to introduce something that's like you can either go to the wine cellar and pick a clue that no one's picked, or pick a clue that you really wanted to see that left the game, or something like that. Like I don't know, could be interesting.
I don't see any value in seeing a clue for somebody who left the game. Like, I know I would never choose that. I don't care that much while I'm in it.
No. Like a clue that left with someone.
With somebody.
So like left with someone. Okay.
So if somebody now is like, hey, I really wanted HUD's clue and Naomi wouldn't tell me. So now.
Yes. No. All right.
But you have to choose. It's either the clue that left or the wine cellar. Like, you don't get both.
Deep in thought.
I mean, these are all hypotheticals, and no one really cares about where we stand on this. But I would say that I think I would then want that decision then to be public, because I do.
I think they have to make it right there. That's what I'm saying. It's like you have to choose right now.
Decision, then fine, and everyone should know what you selected. Because there is something to be said for somebody playing the game like HUD did, and I certainly wouldn't want your efforts to now be for naught. Because somebody was still able to get your clue anyway. Like, that is an interesting reason to gun after someone, especially in the early stages of an alliance. I wouldn't want that to go away, even though I don't like that it burned my girl.
Right.
How do we get Naomi on the pod? I want to talk to that bitch so bad. Love her.
I do. I love the like immediate choices that people have to make, like in the challenge when they're like, "Oh, if you win this daily challenge, you have to name your nomination right now."
Right.
Or like even they did it in Claim to Fame, I think in this one, where like the person that was guaranteed to vote or whatever had to choose the other person right there on the spot in front of everybody, like, or whatever the situation was, but they had to pick right there. But I like that stuff. Put people, put some pressure on people.
Put them on the spot. Let's see what
the hot seat. The hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Ferris! Oh, he's going to say hi to everyone but me.
My only king.
Thank you, Ferris. God. Mm-hmm. I never knew I could love someone so much that I've never met. I love you, Ferris.
I know.
What a cold greeting, Regina. ...
You don't even get the third dot.
Bummer.
You don't even get the third dot.
I don't even get dignified by a full ... Damn.
Just ... and like we just had enough.
Tough feedback.
We still have to figure out when we're doing our last, our last recap of the final week of Australian Survivor.
I know. We got to put that on the Cali.
Put that on the Cali.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ferris. I'm honored.
Yeah.
All love.
See?
Except for Gina. Except for
much love.
Yeah.
Yikes. I love it, but it never feels great.
Matt Blevins, are you kidding? This chat's wild tonight.
She was born in 2001 and single-handedly put Best Buy out of business.
Damn.
Ferris says we're all blacklisted unless we finish our Australian.
So there will be public beef with all three of us and Ferris. Damn.
Well, of course, Kyle and I would never let that happen like you did.
Listen.
Damn.
You already know where I stand. It's in the name.
Well, let's talk about someone worse than me, because then Adam gets selected as the guesser, and this stupid, dumb idiot, you're probably going to be picked as the guesser. All you have to do is remember a name. Writes it on his wrist, doesn't know who he's guessing, clocks Naomi, and then he's like, I don't know who your person is. Hold on, give me a second.
I feel like it's very weird that he's allowed to write it down and bring it in. You know, like when you go on the debate stage, right? You're not allowed to have any notes. You get asked a question, you got to answer, you got to remember what you wanted to say. This man gets to go up there and read little notes off of his wrist.
Yeah, if you can't remember who you were going to guess, the one name you had to remember, that's your problem.
I actually thought it was weird because he had like a piece of paper in his hand too, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that it looked like after the fact when I saw it, it looked like it was maybe just a picture of somebody or something. But like at first, I thought he was coming up with like a piece of paper, like a note, and then he read his wrist anyway, and I'm like, I don't know, this whole thing. He is a weird man, and I do not enjoy him.
No, he's everything about him is very concerning and disconcerting. I don't like anything about from his face, from his attitude, from his mannerisms. He's just an absolute turnoff. Yeah. And the fact that he got my favorite person out, like, makes me. I had a visceral reaction.
Yeah, I was really bummed.
There is no claim to fame elimination that I've ever really cared that much about. Like, this one really fucking pissed me off because I can't stand him. And the fact that like you and that you get to now sit back and think that you got her.
Yeah.
You got her, like you did something. You knew nothing. If it wasn't for Hut giving you that information.
Answer.
Right. It's like you don't even get to sit back and be proud of yourself. And you know that he is. You know that when she left and they poured out glasses of wine, all this stuff, they're all sitting back like, yeah, I did that. And it's like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
and then he throws
the worst.
Yeah, and then he basically threw Hud under the bus.
Oh my gosh, you know, Hud is sick about it. Sick about it. It's like, I wouldn't have been able to do that without my guy Hud. And I was like, why are you saying all these
things? I would have been livid.
Yeah.
Like, do not lump me into this.
Just think about this.
I helped you. You had nothing. Yeah. You were begging people to help you. I did, and you repay me by telling everybody that I gave you the answer.
Yep.
And in one single episode, right, this alliance that was supposed to be Naomi, Hud, and Adam, Adam got one of them out and threw the other one under the bus, just like that.
Immediately.
After throwing a tantrum literally the entire episode that nobody was giving him all of the answers without having to do anything.
And he admitted that he's like, oh, maybe I'm just a Nepo baby. I just expect everybody to give me stuff. And it's like the fact that you referred yourself to that as if that's something funny, as if that's something to aspire towards. Yeah, like it's like no one is impressed with that.
Yeah. And it was fun.
That you don't have any shame in being titled that actually made me more disgusted with you.
Yeah, yeah. And like I don't necessarily think it was a bad move that Shane took Mackenzie's clue, but like it was a funny thing to see how disappointed he was that like, all right, I'm not going to take Adam's clue because he's out of here anyway. Like we're getting rid of him tonight. And then Adam stays and he's like, maybe I should have taken that clue. Damn, you know?
Yeah.
But
do you guys have any ideas of who he might be related to? What is his claim to fame?
Adam.
Yeah,
there's been some speculation on that one.
I'm still saying, I've said from the beginning, there's something about his voice, the way that he didn't want to sing in that first one, even the way he looks a little bit sometimes. I still say Michael Bolton.
Well, and we said, too, that makes sense because we know from the first episode that his clue is like the lightning bolt on the clue wall. Yeah. So that checks out.
Yeah. So.
I want him out of here so bad.
Me too. I hope he's gone.
He's so grating.
Oh,
well, here's what I'll say is the good thing, right? Especially after Hud's been screwed over by him, and even though he was the only one willing to help, I feel like Hud obviously is in trouble because people are going to maybe not have so much trust in him anymore. But people are going to want Adam gone. No one is going to help him from now on because they see what Adam does to people that try to help him. And so he's going to be put down unless he wins and gets immunity. He is going to be the guesser next time, and no one will help him this time. Mm-hmm. So.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's him and what's his name? Diedrich are the only ones that I really have a clue. And I guess now Mackenzie. But like everybody else, I literally don't. I don't know. Shane,
Danny. Yeah. Who else is in there? It's
I don't know nothing about nobody. These people got me stumped.
Oh no, I guess on this stream we got some more insight to Mackenzie and Hud, so I guess it really is just Danny and Shane that we're kind of in the dark on.
Yeah, it also feels like there's
more.
Where
did we land with this Hud thing though?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Oh, I don't know him.
John Mellencamp.
Which it wasn't his daughter or something just on Celebrity Big Brother? Or his something?
Oh, is that Teddy?
Yeah.
That's right.
That name just flew right out. But I still would walk right past John.
That's so funny. Yeah, Danny and Shane are the ones, but also it just for some reason it still feels like there's more people in there than there are. Like I forget that there's only 6 people left somehow. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
That we shall. That we shall.
Why?
Also, I do have to say too.
Not?
I mean, he always gives a stellar performance, but I feel like Franklin Jonas was on like a whole other level in this episode. I mean, he was really getting into the acting. He was really giving a good performance along with his normal hosting duties. And I'm just really happy to see him continue to thrive as the greatest of the Jonas Brothers. So, shout out to Darcy.
Darcy literally just got back today from seeing the Jonas Brothers twice this weekend. She will kill you.
Yeah, didn't she just like fly to Florida?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's gonna come in here one day and kick your ass. I'm telling you.
It's all right. I mean, it still won't change the fact that I am correct, and Kyle is also correct in saying that
remain unchanged. And I would love to see her come into our virtual room and kick my ass.
Yeah.
But
yeah, other than that, I think that's all I really have for Claim to Fame.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything to add.
No, I have nothing else. I wouldn't mind taking a quick intermission, and so like just a real quick BB26 chat.
I would love that, honestly.
That'd be fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 10:24. Everybody get a tinkle, refresh your water, and let's go.
I'm down.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Let's talk some Big Brother.
Let's talk some BB.
Well, apparently we'll be back in a few minutes, but also we will be back on Thursday for real for this actual week's coverage in Big Brother following this eviction, which I feel like the next 2 episodes this week are going to be crazy.
Bananas!
Thank you, Tucker.
Ooh. I am both excited.
We couldn't hear you over the clapping, or I couldn't. I
was going to say,
I
am both very excited and very nervous to see what happens on Thursday. If you know, you know. I don't know how good it's looking for me, but
it's a lot happening though.
Yeah,
there's so much movement in this house. It's been a crazy day. But yes, so Thursday to talk about Big Brother. We'll be back again next Monday to talk about the next episode of Claim to Fame. Is that all we have coming up in the near future?
Well,
we're getting close to the challenge. Yeah,
the Challenge 40 premieres on August 14th.
Okay.
Which means the first stream should be the 15th. We have to figure out what we want to do scheduling wise. So that's certainly a discussion. Just gives people more of a reason to follow us where?
Well, thank you for asking. You can follow us on all the socials at Strat Chat Pod. Unfortunately, we have given up on Blue Sky. So sad. Deepest apologies to Blue Sky. But
many lamentations.
But we are everywhere else at Strat Chat Pod.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, it's 10:27. I say it feels pretty safe to say 10:35 we'll be back, right? Give us 8 minutes.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, somewhere, whether it's here or Restream. What do you mean on here?
No one but the 3 of us need to know that.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know if it was like a Spaces journey, if it was a this journey. Like, I don't know.
Spaces!